Hi, good evening, guys. Just the just 1 second. I'll be sharing the link. I'll share it on Twitter. Let me share it on Zoom. Or uh, all right. Hi, Tanuja. Good evening, guys. Ooh, tired today. Hi, Pachwa. How are you? Uh, Hi, Vikas. Yo. Why was that risk factor may not be appropriate for this kind of sessions. For that, uh, maybe when we are not doing analysis, we can talk about risk. And again, like to be honest, individual risk is to be determined by the individual. If you are worried about a trade, then yes, it's a risk. Otherwise, it's totally up to individual to determine their own risk, how much he can lose, how much he can uh, put on a trade. Hi Bala, hi Gaurav, good evening. So let me just wait for a couple of minutes so that we can have more audience. And guys, if you can retweet my tweet so that more people can join in, because I've decided to uh, do these sessions now regularly. So if we have more audience, we could actually talk more, discuss more. Bajwa sir, we can talk in the end about this if we find time. All right, so I have yesterday's levels. So yesterday we thought market could bounce to 4779, but it went higher. Like if you go back to the day before plan, I mentioned that it could extend to 4798. Let me just check if I have that sheet still. Yep, right there. It can extend to 4798, which it did. So we are already at a very important level. Apple, to my surprise, came back, never went below 180, above, and then did amazing job. AMD opened higher and then went higher and higher. Amazon did 147, then went on to make 148. Boeing did 235 and then stuck right there. Uh, Coin did 162. It was a great trade if anybody jumped into this. Again, like in the live market, I may not be able to share everything, right? Because I'm also at the work. That's why the idea of these levels is whenever something come into these levels, it's your take to do your due diligence and jump onto the trade. Because these levels are determined upfront. So this means that yes, we had no market pressure at that time. We had no pressure of our positions. We are looking for a nice price area. When that price area comes in, we should always jump into a trade. Google did not work. IWM excellent, made 179 perfectly. JPM Chase Morgan, it started to sell below. Meta did 358 perfectly. Microsoft went in a different direction. Netflix worked 484. NVDA we were carrying, did amazing 525 now. It just bamboozled. I exited at 499.90 and then at 509. Tesla did 240, one something. PayPal did fine, like 6150 something. So all in all these tickets work out well. Now again, I would recommend you guys to make sure that yes, you have these levels with you so that when you are planning or when you are getting ready to jump into a trade, have a reference point and then look into a trade. That's it. Again, I'm not doing any alert service, so sometimes I'm able to share a trade. Sometimes I actually am stuck and I take my position on my own and I do not share it. But this is totally shared with you all. It's available with you all, so you should be able to take leverage of this. All right. So I have done the scans and everything upfront. We are still working on the sheet which Gaurav did yesterday. So most likely we'll be able to finish it soon. Once that is done, all the work which I'm doing manually uh, will be done automatically. Raghu, I may not be able to add into SMCI because it's already a very big list. And I am sharing you the way you can go and create the structure. If we find time in the end, we'll talk. I also find three more stocks which are really important. Like Lily has Hangman, ITSI and UPST are morning stars. So I'm just trying to figure out where we can add them or not. All right. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. So let's start with ES now. So as I discussed yesterday, this will be a very important support. We came right there. We made a morning star. Okay. This is a morning star. We took down this one and this one. We took control of 12 EMA. We took control of Fibonacci. We should have a follow-up tomorrow and we should be clearing 48, 41 in the next 1 to 2 days. That's my take. On the short side, we are very solidly placed at this time. As I said yesterday, that this area acted as a resistance. This should act as a really good support. Now we have tested this support twice. We have made a morning star right here. Morning star is a bullish pattern, and you can see what happened once we took over 47.41, and then we just did bamboozle to 4779 and then 4798, where we closed around 4800. Now, why I said this is a strong market? Because the DMI is still positive. So if I go back to the sheet, let me clear this annotations. Uh, look here. Why this is negative now? 1 second. This is daily. DMI. Okay, yesterday it was 1 negative. Today is back to positive, so it's 4. Heikinishi wise, it's also good. 12 and 34 are claimed. I'm still keeping 50-50% on individual features. It's not an evening star anymore. It's a morning star. So let's consider that. And morning star usually end up with one following candle. So right here, you see, we had the evening star. So we had two following candles, 2 to 3. Same thing. We should have at least 2 candles following up here. Now, stop loss is very crystal clear. 4785 is a very good stop loss on the long side. So very first thing, 4787 is a stop loss. Let's make it 60%. Now, what's the good part? It's back tested 12 EMA, or I would say reclaimed it. It not only back tested, reclaimed 12 EMA, bounced from long term regression channel. It bounced right from the long term regression channel. So as of now, it looks really positive. Now, what are our area to buy? We could buy anywhere. Like if I increase this candle a little bit more. So I'm just telling you evening star. Evening star is usually when you take out the body of this candle right here. So it did, not only it did this one, it also covered the previous candle as well. So this has a strong strength candle. Now, tomorrow, if we chop here between 4779 and 4787, it's all right because we have already covered the next day candle. What I want is I want to clear this red line of the regression channel, which is at 4820, and then break the all-time highs 4841. I think before the earnings, before the CPI, if we have to do, we should be able to break right here. So my levels will be 4821, 4841.5. Everything is positive, so it's a 60%. 12 EMA is positive because 12 EMA is right here. Now on the downside, we should only try short if we lose 4773, which is like loss of 12 EMA. Stop loss again 4779 in this case. I'm keeping my Fibonacci area 4773. Percentage wise, 40% I'm looking to sell this. Again, if I'm 40%, then I should be confident enough that yes, the momentum is positive. So my target will be 4750 and at max 4720. 4750, 4720, which is now this negative is gone. So this is about ES. If we look at the book map, and if you see, there was a dodgy on the ES. That's why I always say, whenever we have a dodgy at the bottom of a trend, do not ignore it. It's a clear indication that a reversal is coming. And look at the power of today's candle. The reversal was really, really solid. We carried some positions yesterday, or not yesterday, on Friday, like NVDA and MU and SMCI. And all of them worked really, really, really well. So right here, you can see there's some massive sell orders which are placed around 4807. Usually we do not have bigger orders, 100, 150, but look at this massive order, 622. This is some massive order on the order book. So it's going to be hard to cross this overnight. That's why I'm saying if we come back to 4770, 4780, that should be, I would say, okay. Nothing to worry about. NQ, exactly same thing, exactly same pattern. Tested the regression channel, covered the 12 EMA, morning star, dodgy at the bottom. Now, when you're looking at dodgies, one thing you need to consider that whenever we have a dodgy, the next candle usually should have a nearby low or maybe a slightly lower low. But it should not be like this. Then it does not make powerful morning stars. It should be within like 5-10% of this candle. If that happens, usually it should be higher low. But if that's not possible, because sometimes there are small spikes on the downsides. So at that time, we may have a lower low, but that lower low should be within vicinity of 5% of this candle. If that happens, then yes, you can consider that dodgy at the bottom and you can take a positive trade. So exactly same thing, regression channel bounce, morning star. So logically, right here, I'm going to copy. So I mentioned dodgies at the lows. So this is gone. I'm going to copy here. It's going to be yes. It's going to be yes. And DMI. DMI is back. Yesterday it was just one negative. Now it is all back to green. So it's 5, 5. Like 5 is my scale that yes, 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day, 5 day, meaning week. If all of them are green, then it's like solid momentum. Okay. So now same thing. But this time I want 16,730 as my stop loss, which is a 12 EMA. Today move was a very big move, so we need to be mindful of the trade. 16,730 is the stop loss on the downside as well. Again, 60-40. So I recommended that whenever it comes to 16,400, if you enter there, you will have really good trade. So that was a really good setup, which worked out really well. So now again, I want to buy in the dip 16,750 to 775. That's my range. Want to clear 16,825, which is the Fibonacci area. Once we clear this, then we'll come in test of this red line, which is 16,910. So this looks to be really good level for uh, NQ. Just remember that NQ has started just one day of positive. Everything is solid. So trying to be smart and try to have puts will not make sense. Look for setups where we have, like today we had NVDA, we had Moderna, where we used the trades. They really went really nicely. So in case of a short, again, it's not a great short, but if I have to short, I would like to short. Uh, I will go half of this candle, 16,675. 675. I don't think too much will happen on the short side. 16,625 and 16,540. That's about the index. Same thing logically. Now let's go to Apple. So Apple, the move we were anticipating 2 days back, like when we had this, that happened almost today. Okay. Now you see the 12 and 34 lines are negative. And the important thing is there was a doji, gravestone doji, but this doji had a lower low, again a low. So these dojis were not a clear indicator of what was going to happen. Once it cleared 183.30, where it kind of reclaimed a Fibonacci level, it had a solid bounce. Prior to that, it was trying to bounce, but it did not had that kind of strength into it. So here my DMI is still weak. So I'm going to mark DMI as neutral, or it's weak, weak 3. -3, 12 EMA is negative. And I think I already did. Is Apple? Yep. HS state is 0. So if you look at this sheet, 0, negative, and neutral, it gives you a feeling that yes, it's a good trade, but don't know. And it's an inside week as well. So I'm gonna keep here. I want to buy in dip if it comes to, because I am now trying to make this setup as my Morningstar setup. So I want to clear this, which is 187 and then 188. I want to buy around 184.50 to 185. Till the moment I am in this region below, or let me just clear it and explain more time. Till the moment my price is in between, that's a good price. If price comes here, that's not a good price. Apple failed and it reclaimed, Mr. Bajwa. That's why I was short, and it tested 50 EMA, 50% Fibonacci, and it bounced. That's why we have levels 61.50. 50 usually does not provide that kind of support, but today it did. And with the market sentiment, it reclaimed 61% Fibonacci. And once it did, it had a good move. That's why I'm saying the move, this piece of the move was not so strong, but the move above 61.8 Fibonacci was a solid. And again, there's no why in the price. Price does what it has to do. If there is an interest, price will go up. Fibonacci, regression channels, EMAs, they try to show us a kind of a picture that yes, the price is respecting certain patterns and we need to use that. That's it. Otherwise, price will do whatever it wants to. Like, for example, in case of Tesla, we bounced multiple times from 236.70. But is it breaking out? No, it's still congesting, and congesting. NVDA was struggling for last 3 weeks. Today it broke out. It broke out and just rallied, and even continued rallying in the after hours. So that's what price does all the time. So for Apple, uh, now I want to buy in dip around 184.50, 185. My target is 187. And I would say 189.25. Now here I mentioned it failed from 65. Now it reclaimed 61.8% Fibonacci, giving it strength. And one recommendation to everybody, all the thinking you have to do prior to the market, not in the live market. If you will do these thinking in the live market, what will happen? You will end up in a confused state. And when you will end up in a confused state, you will only going to make wrong trades. So be careful when you are jumping into the trades. Positive trade, a positive mind will allow you to think positively. A negative trade will, like I can give you my own example. First week of January, I had Microsoft on the negative side and I made blunders after blunders because I was on the negative mindset. Once I cleared my positions, figured out what I'm making wrong, I tried to correct that and market helped me. So today when there was an opportunity, I leveraged and tried to cover some of my losses. So it's not difficult. It's just that you have to have your thinking cap prior to the market, not in the live market. AMD, today we have 5.48% move, looking solid, bounced right again. Again, tested 12 EMA, bounced solid, covered almost everything. I think this time it has the strength. Usually when we have this kind of a move, we should go back and check what happens, something similar in the past. So you see, we had some downside move. We went in one direction and then we continued, came back, went up, continued, went up, came back, continued, went up. Now we should follow the same regime. Okay, the pattern, the price action is telling us, yes, everything is positive. Okay, price is positive. Backtest has been done. So I have nothing to lose here. So let's go higher. The only thing which is difficult is figuring out the stop loss levels. Stop loss level is this level, 144, which is the high here. So let's define the stop loss, 144.45. So if we get a dip, and usually AMD gives back some of the points uh, in the next follow-up day. Like tomorrow is a follow-up day for AMD. So AMD usually gives up a couple of points initially around 9:30 to 9:35, and then it starts to regain and continue. So keep an eye if you get that kind of momentum. 149.50 is my target. And then the red line, 150, 125. It recently made 151. So let's look at 151.25. So it reclaimed above 12 EMA. Now, my reason for writing all these comments is when you are reading that before the market, you will have confidence that yes, yeah, this stock is already above this strength area. Small dip should be a buying opportunity. Or if something is below a certain area, a small dip is or small rise is a good opportunity to sell. So use this based on your own techniques. This is only to help you. Uh, Amazon. Amazon, I think, is getting ready to break out now. I wanted Amazon to do 143, but it just went up. It's an inside day breakout. This was inside day. Amazon broke out, filled the gap again below 12 EMA. Now, what it has done, it has backtested an important area, which was the area where it has found the support in the past. It found the support one more time, and now it's trying to bounce. If we can clear this, we should be able to hit this area. All right. See, I'm trying to be as simplistic as I can. I can put fancy charts, but those fancy charts are not going to help you. You need to understand why a stock is moving and what is the possibility of the next move and what is the rationale behind it. So now if I have to jump on a trade, I want it to cross specifically this area, which is this price action. If it does, it is going to cover all the negativity. Because you see, it got rejected right here, and right here. It might get rejected one more time. So better if we can buy above 149.90 or buy around this red line, which is around 148.50. So I'm gonna keep a stop loss of 148.50. Amazon is inside a continuation near at an important support. So inside the up breakout continuation. And let's also look at if we have any Amazon flow. Let's look at any Amazon flow. So we have 170 put, which came in 346 at $2.1 million. And how many puts are there? These puts are all writing. Why I can say so? The price went down from 22 to 21. And look at the massive dollar amount, 2 million, 2.6, 2.2, 1.1, 700, 388, 2.1. 2.2. The price is going down. Even if it is A, B, it does not matter. The price is going down. The IV is going down. And if we click on their open interest, because these are all new positions. Okay, so these new positions, if I click on them and check the open interest, you see this is the price. This is the volume. There's hardly any open interest. The volume is 6426. The open interest is 7. Now, if these puts are sold and tomorrow we have a higher open interest, this means we are going to take over 170 at the end of this month. So Amazon is really, really positive. This is a really, really good solid number. So Amazon, buy in dip. Let's look at the DMA. DMA is still negative, not negative, it's neutral. So I'm going to keep neutral. 12 EM is right there. Stop loss is like perfect stop loss is 147.50. And I'm also going to mention 126, 170p writing. Now, buy near 148.50 to 149. Target is, if we can clear this, target should be 151 to 155. And you need to understand we are coming from a consolidation of a market from an S&P point after a year. So there is still a wider opportunity. Recession, no recession, CPI, no CPI. Whenever it will come, we'll take that. But right now, price is telling us this, so we should respect it. All right, BA. So BA did not jump as much as I said, but it still made a dodgy at the bottom. It tried, it almost went to 234 from 226, 225 stop loss is still intact for me. I'm going to buy BA again. The momentum is still positive on DMI side in BA, even if there's a strong downside recently, almost $70, but it has come to a good consolidation area. Now, if you look back in the history, you'll find that it find exactly the same support right there. Here it was resisting, today it's finding the support right there. If we can hold this, we are going back. So I'm still of the opinion BA should go back. The issues are not so big. And if you look at the BA's chart flows as well, I mentioned that look at these BA's call. These are 220 calls. Now you will say that these are being sold. Okay, look at them. 1225, 1225, 13, 3, 13.5, 13.16, 13.2. The price is moving up. IV has come down because the amount of hours from 950 to 350 was really big, 5-hour difference. So initially the IV was high because of the volatility, but this should give you a good upside as far as I think. 220 is going to be an excellent support in BA. And I'm not even looking at the dark pools. There's no dark pools at the time. So 228 229 is my dip. 225 is my stop loss. I'll be a blind buyer on BA at 225. Coin has done its job for me. It's hovering between 12 and 34. I'm going to eliminate coin, and I have uh, one more ticker, UPST. So instead of coin, I'm going to jump to UPST, which jumped, and it's also a morning star on UPST. Morning star meaning a positive setup. VA delivery numbers tomorrow, so expect some volatility on VA. VA delivery numbers. UPST is right here. Morningstar is there. So let's look at the UPST's chart. Now, financials have this is a Morningstar pattern. Again, came down, had a doji, made a higher low, covered the entire body. Now, we should be looking to test 3650, 1234 EMA, and 3836. So UPST 3650, 3835. Stop loss should be this area, 35. You can buy above today's high. Should be 35. I'll give 35.75. And this could be a good setup for tomorrow. So I'm marking this in blue. Anything in blue is I need a nice color. This blue color is not coming up. So anything in blue is something you can try. Rambhai will do all these discussions at the end. Because I'm already like 11 and we are still short on so many tickers. Google. Google, to my surprise, same thing, bounced from here, covered all the negativity, making a base which was lost previously. So it's come down to that base. Now, if we clear this 140 and above, so stop loss is 137.75. So Google is 137.75. Google is inside weak still. Target is 140.7. And then the highs is 142.65. Now you have an idea Amazon is going towards 170. And that's not even a high of Amazon. Amazon high is 186 something. It went to 3,800. So 13800 is about 190-ish. So this Amazon has still not even made like its all-time highs. Buy above 139. Uh, my DMI is still neutral. This I checked. IWM IWM, IWM, same thing, setting up a morning star or bullish engulfing, covered up, almost came to 197, which is the 12 EMA. So closed around 12 EMA. I think if we can break above 12 EMA, stop loss 195.75, 195.75. We should be looking for 201. And this time we should be able to clear 205.50. And when you have a trend day, don't be shy. Like we had a hammer and today we had a positive response. Yes, you are right, Mr. Raj. Just buy above 197. Come on, what happened to this? JP Morgan Chase. If rate cuts are not happening soon, you see, we have a dodgy right at the top, which is never a good sign. Again, what happened? It came and tested the 12 EMA bounce. This is a cross. So I am not liking this. I am also seeing that, yes, it's getting a little struggle here. So if we start to lose 171.50, so JP Morgan is negative for me. I'm gonna short instead of, like, I was thinking on shorting like near regression channel, sell below this, but I'm just saying it's dodgy at the top. Now, dodgy at the bottom, dodgy at the top, you know what needs to be done. Short below. And we have earnings. I will not be surprised if we end up messed up on the banks, especially Bank of America. I will not be surprised. 169.60. 166.50. Stop loss is dodgy, which is 172. Usually delivery numbers are around 11. Yes, you're right, Satish. Adobe is an inside week and a morning star. Adobe is also a AI thing. And when it runs, again, it's a hammer, which was at the bottom. Now it's taking up. That's thing. 575 is your stop loss. I prefer if it can cross 584. If it does, that will be really good. So Adobe, it's neutral. So ADBE is neutral, 60%. Writing 16. Stop loss is 580, buy above 584. It's a morning star. It's a hammer. Target 590, 599. The spreads are bad, but it does move. And it has two patterns. Meta did my level of 358 right there. Now it's consolidating and going up. It's time to make some new levels on Meta because all the old levels have been just cancelled. Let me even delete them. I'm going to modify my channel, cancel the extension. I'm going to make new drawing of levels. Okay, good. Yep. So 353 was a area, and you can see these levels are so nice that at 38 you see the rejection, at 61 you can see the rejection on the support. This means that yes, the Fibonacci we have chosen is perfect. It gives an idea of price. It's not a rocket science. It's just that if you spend some time, you practice, you will be confident of these levels. Now 357 was my target, so 357.50 is my stop loss. 363 is the first target, and then 377. So 366.60, you can buy above 350 or buy in the range. 358.59. It's positive on Meta. Microsoft, today Microsoft rallied from the point where we entered. You can see the consolidation which happened in Microsoft in the last few days, held 1234. Now it's trying to break out. Stop loss is very much clear now, 12 EMA, which is 372. So 372. Meta, it was negative. It's neutral now for I will see buy in 374.75 area. If you get this, it has consolidated a lot. So if we can take out this range, okay, I'm expecting it to test 377 and 386. And I will not be surprised if that happens tomorrow. Extreme consolidation in a tight range. When you have extreme consolidation, it's going to break out. And guys, I hope you're enjoying, you're learning, and it's helping you out. Netflix closed on a very important level, a breakout area. 484 has been a pain point for Netflix. So it's a 78.6 Fibonacci. It has broken out. I think 500 is on the cards for Netflix. Let's look at the flow on Netflix. Netflix. There's a 13 million trade, 375. So 310, there is a dark pool. 39310. There is 245, 46 calls. This is a calendar spread. Again, calendar spread are there. It's a butterfly calendar spread. It's iron condor 450, 450 calls. So I think somebody's playing this for earnings. If you want to make a note of this, you can make a note of this trade. This is iron condor using a calendar spread. So somebody is like really itching to eat the premiums on both sides. So not much on the Netflix premiums. So we'll keep a very tight stop loss 484 on Netflix. Should look at 492, 492, and then 500. Buy above 485. I will not be buying this if it is going down. NVIDIA, uh, NVIDIA has broken the levels in the uncharted territory. My stop loss was 513, or not stop loss, 12 EMA. Now it's above the Fibonacci level. It still has 544 for me, and because I'm all like we are already in the position in NVIDIA. I hope you all are. I am in like 525, 30 and 525, 35 spread. So I think it may gap open if we can clear this purple line, looking at 550, 544. Yes, the value is absurd, but price is price. Right now, I'm just giving only one target, 544 for NVIDIA. Stop loss is 422 by 522. By about 525. Again, it's a breakout after a good consolidation. So should be really, really solid follow-up. Then I have Tesla. Tesla is it's holding this 236 area very nicely, but it's not able to. It's a morning star for me. Yes, like again, it's a green candle making a higher low, covered the previous body, but the strength will come once we clear this uh, area of 34 EMA, which is like 243. If you want to try, you can try with 439 as your stop loss. 239. So 239 by near 240. The levels are still the same. If you can clear 243, 244, it's going to run. 243 and 250. Last one is I have a choice. Can I do UPST is there, Lily is there, Lily is hanging man and inside week. Let's see Lily. Name. Lily is hanging man and inside week. Got it. It's a positive ticker. So if, let me just check uh, in front of you, hanging man, hammer at the top of the trend. So if we do not break above 6:30 tomorrow, it may end up on the downside. So be very careful on Lilly, because these stocks have recently rallied beautifully. And if it fails, let me also check the flow on Lilly if we have anything. Not much. So I'm not covering Lilly. Lilly is not good enough. PayPal was better. Let's stick to PayPal. PayPal started to break out. Now here, stop loss has moved to 60.75. I'm still aiming at 63 and 66. You can buy around 61.70. Yep. Alrighty, so I am done. Let me just sort them. Ooh, everything is sorted. Now, I saw a couple of questions, path and SMCI. Let's look at SMCI. I can share the Zoom link for a few minutes if anybody is interested. One second. Copy this. This is a Zoom link. If any one of you are interested, you can join the Zoom right here. AVGO calls, I will say the chips have seen a momentum and AVGO was sitting in a backseat. So I think it will have some follow-up tomorrow. And let's look at the chart. AVGO. It's like same Morningstar setup. It has covered 2-3 days of negativity and breakout. So Friday we carried SMCI 300 calls. Like we had 5 lots, but 2 lots we sold. 3 lots were left, which were like negative. It went to 7.5 is my cost. I sold them at 14. Good trade. Bajwa Sahab, if you can make money by analyst rating, it's very risky. You don't know how the market will react to a stock. Like today, we had BMY, which had an increase in the revenue in their guidance, even then the stock went down. Twilio had a guidance up, it went up. Crocs was massively up. So you need to be careful how the stock is going to react. So SMCI, AVGO is evening star, SMCI is 322. It closed around that area 61.8 Fibonacci. Now it has good consolidation in this area. It's going into the gap. If it breaks out, we should see 352 and higher. Like my target is 390 on SMCI. Guys, I've shared the Zoom call. I want you to come on the Zoom and speak and talk.
I'm here now.
Path is holding the gap, which is a good sign. I still wanted to clear 2350 to make it a move. Without 2350, it's still may chop around. Okta. Okta is weaker as compared to the other cybersecurity companies like Crowd, Zscaler. They're tremendous in strength. And Okta, it needs to clear at least, like it needs to clear 85. If it does 85, then it's good. Yep, I have Casey and Neeraj.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hello.
Hey, so I'm just going back to the list. So what are the top three names you have for setups for tomorrow? Like out of the 10 or whatever, 20 or I guess 14 that you have
Like
there.
UPST is my good setup,
Yeah.
is one I'm looking at. Netflix, maybe second, and for sure at Amazon.
I'm surprised NVIDIA didn't make your list, but that's
NVIDIA did not make my list because I'm already in a position.
oh, and then it could and then is there do you mind posting like stuff you're holding overnight or like for a swing or whatever? Or
I
do you have
did
too
that.
many?
I did
Oh,
that
where?
in the chat right here.
Oh yeah, I know, but there's so many there's a lot of noise on there. Like
No, it's
can you
in my channel. It's not too much. Are you in the channel
oh
or in the chat?
yeah in both.
Then
Oh wait.
there's nothing much here.
Oh okay. Yeah, but
I'll
then like I'm just like because you don't always okay, maybe I'll double check, but usually like yeah, it'd be useful if you can post those into the spreadsheet as well, just so it's easy in one spot. But I mean, I'll go back and check it out. Um,
I
that's
posted about AVGO
okay.
and NVIDIA.
Uh, so you're only holding on two positions into tomorrow?
Yes, that's
Oh,
it.
okay. Okay, that's good. Um, I didn't see that. Where's that 350? Oh, okay, I do see it. Okay. Um, on UPST, so you would be adding here at this point, even though it's
Yes,
up like
yes,
seven.
yeah.
And then on stock or equity? Or
I'll,
sorry,
I'll, yeah.
calls or equity
Uh, if I'm doing in the real hours, I'll be mostly options.
options like for end of the week at what?
This week, maybe next week, depending on what is the IV for that. If it's like too expensive,
Okay.
then I may not do 2 weeks. I may do like this week only.
Yeah, okay,
This
that's
is the
good.
Morningstar setup. I should expect a follow-up for next 2 days. And if you look at the average trading range for UPST,
Yeah.
uh,
Can, can you take a quick look at a firm too? It's basically the same chart, but
yes,
a
that's why I
firm
did
is
not pick up a firm.
oh you did pick up a firm.
I did not because it's the same.
Oh, yeah, but I mean there's a key I mean not that it really matters, but a firm has I think it's a better fundamentally company than UPST just
I
has more.
understand, but like they move hand to hand. So
Yeah. And then
if you want
sorry.
to pick up a firm, exactly same setup, you can pick up a firm.
Yeah, firm and UPST are pretty much the same chart, same like they're effectively competitors.
Yes, it's going to help if we pick up one of them. So I think I tried a firm sometimes. Sometimes I pick up UPST. Both have equivalent flows when the flows we talk about. They have bigger active day range. So I don't mind trading a firm or UPST. It doesn't matter to me.
Okay. And then can you take a look at NTES as well?
NTES.
Yeah, it's a Chinese gaming name. Just got crushed like recently, and
It's a
then it
game stock, right?
no, they're like
Casino and
a
game stock.
developer. Yeah, I mean they're like a software gaming company
Yes, I know
based out of
them
China.
because they are
Yeah.
my client.
Oh yeah. But yeah, I mean just from price action point of view, I mean got killed on some of the news. Heavily worse those bounced to that was at 34.50, I'm guessing, on the green line.
No, it's making a bigger negative pattern.
Okay. So
It's a big M, which is being
inverse head
made.
and shoulders.
Not
But
a
then
head
it's
and shoulders. It's like I it's my definition of M and W. W is like a bullish pattern for me. M is
yeah,
a negative pattern. Right now,
okay.
it's made there. It bounced. Could not capitalize here.
Okay.
I need it to cross 94
Okay, it's
and
good to know.
hold it above this area
Yeah.
on
Um
like weekly basis.
and then kind of random question, SPY volume today was pretty low. Any like does that impact like I know you talk about price a lot, but
Volume
um
does not matter
okay.
in the normal days. Volume will matter like 74 million. Let's check on
I mean
SPY.
I'm just using SPY as a general proxy, but uh
Look at SPY first.
yeah.
Volume.
Like in general, I don't like big
It's not
moves
like
up.
low volume. It's low volume in terms of the move it had, but
Yeah.
it's not a low volume as in journal.
All right. Just
75
curious.
million is a decent volume.
Uh, and last question.
I'll just check on the ES volume because I trust ES much more than SPY.
Yeah.
Same thing, ES volume was 1.3, which is less. But
Yeah,
again,
it's just like
it means
big moves.
most of them is like short covering them,
Yeah,
not
big
fresh
moves like
buying.
this, you usually want to see a uptick in volume just to confirm price action, but I mean, that's fine. Um, so what was last? Oh, and then can you just take a quick look at Verizon as well? VZ.
VZ,
Yeah,
it's an inside day.
like positive, negative.
That can be determined once it breaks above this area,
Yeah.
40.35.
Yeah, there was like massive call flow on Friday, like insane. It was just really heavy in Verizon. I don't know. I think you have Cheddar, right? I don't know if you can rewind to Friday, but
I can check historically, yes.
yeah, Friday was huge on call flows. It's like ridiculous.
Which
It was
strike?
around three, like I was 30, like around three. Yeah, all these sweeps here, starting from around three. I want to say 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, or something. But I mean, I don't know if the
40.5?
yeah, I don't know if you can. I don't know if there's what's a filter? Oh, these are if you filter over maybe 100K or something like that, because
No,
these are
I'm just
pretty
looking
low
at the
value.
strike 40.5.
Yeah, I'm looking at premium value, like maybe just filter out
I
to
don't have a
like,
filter with the premium value.
oh, you
Uh,
can't or I mean, I don't have it, but I mean, I think it's premiums over like 100K is what I want to say around like 2 or 3 p.m. I'm gonna have I have like a screenshot of it. Starting from 319
I
to
don't see any big, there's only two lots here, which
uh,
one of last week. One is 550,000 and 250,000.
maybe.
Otherwise,
Oh,
there's only one for
I see.
190.
Yeah, I see a
Not much
huge
here.
bunch like anywhere from 1 to like 3 million bucks, around 320 or so, 319. Maybe it's Thursday. I don't know. I only have the printout here. But anyways, that's yeah, I was just curious what your thoughts are, but
I let it break out or break down.
okay, that's fine.
Inside days are like, if we can take above yesterday's high,
Yeah,
it should continue.
right, thanks.
But I am like, these stocks have already moved a lot,
Yeah.
telecommunication stocks. And like when you have NVDA, AMD, Amazon movie, I don't even look at those stocks.
Yeah, I'm just, I mean, these are typically defensive names that are yield driven, and in a declining rate environment are usually good to trade, like longer term, like i.e. more than a day.
Yes, but I don't have that kind of patience.
Yeah, I know. Fully
I
aware.
I just want to have like clear the burden overnight and just
Yeah,
leave.
fully aware.
So somebody's asking about HD. HD, I entered into the positions today. Uh, Very small position, not a very big position. Only like test lots for two lots. 348, 355 for 2-2. It's kind of a resistance, support here. Now, if it breaks it, we should see some significant move on Home Depot. Two shoe 373. You can go to the Twitter and you can find into my profile and join my Telegram. Walmart. Satyajit, you have anything?
Yes, now also a couple of things. I just want to verify when you say DMI state and then it shows for you like 1 day, 2 day, 3 days. So that means
Uh-huh.
like how many days the green line is above the red line? Is that what it
No,
is?
it's the time frame. 1 day, 2 day time frame, 3 day time frame. It's like 3 day candle, 4 day candle, week. If I take weekly candle, what is the DMI?
Okay, so in that case, like for the for 4 days, the DMI has been positive means like the green line is above the red line, or
Like 4 day means that it is a combined 4 day value. And act like for one candle, it is a 4 day value. So if
okay.
I change it the time frame to let's say a week, like W, then for week it's this is the value
So for the entire week, okay.
for
Got
the
it.
entire week, for the entire time frame.
And why is it showing in orange then? I mean, like sometimes it is like red or
Orange is
white,
neutral,
neutral. Okay,
because it's in between in this range.
okay,
Green is positive, red is negative.
oh, got it. So is
That's
it
what
some
I
kind of a
huh?
some kind of a script, or is it like separate of TOS? Because I
I
really
added that into the script
okay,
and pasted them here because
okay,
I was just trying to have lesser space. So I want to get rid of this DMI and have this information right there.
okay. So when you mean high kinesis state, is it like the how many bars has the candle had the flat base or the flat top?
Yes,
Okay, and then it's same as DMI. Like you have that like for is it like how many days in a week or is it weekly? Is it the same thing?
I'm just checking. This is the Aikenishi state.
Yeah.
Aikenishi state tells me that yes, if there is a blue one or a positive one, it means that it is a flat base with 1 day
Okay.
time frame. DMI state green means that yes, it is green on a 1 day time frame.
Okay.
Red is negative on 1 day time frame. Yellow is neutral on 1 day time frame. That's it.
Yeah. Got it. So I'm trying to replicate by drawing those the regression channels, but sometimes like I see when I try to compare your videos with like with my chart, I mean like there is some variation. I mean like I'm unable to
You
get
will not be
those.
able to match it because
Okay,
the day I chose the regression channel, unless and until you are on the same day, you will never be able to match it.
sure.
So
So
that's
because
it.
like would you choose the nearest like lowest point sometime like maybe in
I
the
have
upper?
explained that in the videos a
Okay,
lot. So if you get time, watch. You will understand why there is a gap between your regression channel and mine. I've explained that very thoroughly in those videos.
sure, sure. Got it. Yeah, thank you, thank you. Yeah.
No problems. Uh, Walmart. So Walmart was a hanging man on Friday. Today it reclaimed 12 EMA. I wanted to take above 158.60 and then it should be good. Otherwise, I'm not interested. Rivian is not uh, like there was a dodgy at the top from right here. Now we are following an evening star. Unless you take about 2050, which is the middle of this candle, I'm not touching Rivian. All right, guys, thank you for joining. I hope you're learning from these sessions. I'm trying my best to do these sessions on regular basis, but as you know, I have a schedule in the office, so tomorrow I may not guarantee you, but I'll try my best to be there. All right. Thank you. Good night. Bye bye.